Hello dear students, welcome to online biology CET class for NEET and Karnataka CET. In this video, I am going to discuss some very important questions based on the diagram from the respiration in plants and the MCQs from previous NEET and Karnataka CET papers. So let us move to the questions. The graph shows the relationship between light intensity and the giving off and taking up of carbon dioxide by leaves of a plant. Why is the most carbon dioxide given off when the light intensity is 0 unit? And the given options are because it is just the start of experiment, only respiration is taking place at this intensity of light, only photosynthesis is taking place at this intensity of light, the rate of photosynthesis is equivalent to rate of respiration. So in the graph both the conditions are mentioned. Carbon dioxide given off per mg 50 centimeter square per hour when the light intensity is 0. The same carbon dioxide is absorbed as the light intensity increases from 0 to certain value. Then question is, why the carbon dioxide is given off when light intensity is 0? Very simple thing. Here the question is asked with reference to the leaves of a plant. It is not with reference to organism or animal. Here it is the question with reference to plant. Obviously, when light intensity is 0 in plants, there is no chance of any photosynthesis. Only plants can show the respiration. When photosynthesis does not taking place due to the 0 light intensity, what is the respiration method in plants? They also intake the oxygen and they liberate the carbon dioxide. So for this question, the right answer is only respiration is taking place at this intensity of light. When light intensity is 0, there is no expectation or there is no chance of photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is not taking place, the regular respiration is occurring, so that plants are liberating the carbon dioxide and they are uptaking the oxygen. Then moving to the next question. The diagram shows reversible conversion of pyruvate to lactate by the enzyme lactate dehydrogenase. Lactic acid fermentation, schematic representation. What would be the effect of inhibition of the lactate dehydrogenase in a mammalian cell under anaerobic condition? What happens to lactic acid dehydrogenase enzyme in the mammalian cell, not in any prokaryotic cell or fungi cell? In the mammalian cell, what happens to the activity or inhibition of lactate dehydrogenase? The answer for this question is a decrease in glycolysis due to the lack of NAD, because NAD is reduced and it is converted into NADH. Without NADH, there will be no conversion of pyruvate into lactate, because the fermentation it uses NAD and NADH, and NADH is converted to NAD plus, which is a donor of hydrogen as well as electron. So when NAD is absent, glycolysis is not taking place, there will be no synthesis of NADH, so that the lactate dehydrogenase activity is inhibited. Then moving to the next point, the next question. Which one of the following diagram represents ATP synthesis in the mitochondria through chemiosmosis? Remember, in mitochondria as well as in chloroplast, The ATP synthesis occurs through chemiosmotic hypothesis. The proton molecules are collected. The movement of proton through ATPase enzyme of FOF1 particle of the mitochondria and CFO-CF1 particle of the chloroplast result in the synthesis of ATP molecule from ADP with the ADP and inorganic phosphate. So three important parts of the mitochondria are participating in the electron transport chain. One is inner membrane of the mitochondria having electron carriers. Another is matrix of the mitochondria and outer chamber. That means the gap between outer membrane of the mitochondria and inner membrane of the mitochondria. So which one is the correct representation for the ATP synthesis? For ATP synthesis, what is required? Let us go for the simple diagram for the better understanding purpose. Here is the mitochondria. This is inner membrane of the mitochondria. It is a highly folded structure, and foldings of inner membrane of the mitochondria are called cristae, and this one is outer membrane. This is outer membrane, this is inner membrane, and this space is called intermembrane space. This one is intermembrane space, and here are the structures called the FOF1 particles. These structures, if a single crista is enlarged on the surface of crista, we can see the presence of the small particles known as FOF1 particle, and this is the structure having the ATPase enzyme responsible for the synthesis of ATP molecule. Then what is the condition and how exactly ATP molecule? The same diagram, this diagram here it is represented with different labelings. Through this structure, when two protons move, when two protons are moving through this structure, here will be addition of inorganic phosphate. Here I will write ADP combines with inorganic phosphate and result in the synthesis of ATP. This is matrix and this is intermembrane space or outer membrane space as it is given in the outer chamber, and this is inner membrane of mitochondria. The two protons when pass through the FOF1 particle with the enzyme ATPase, inorganic phosphate is added to the ADP and result in the synthesis of energy molecule called ATP. So in the given option, the right representation becomes option C, and this is the correct representation for the synthesis of ATP molecule. Then moving to the next one. The expressions given below shows summary equations. Three reactions are given, and in the chart some important processes of the aerobic and anaerobic respiration are given as 1, 2 and 3. Which one is the proper option for the representation of these equations? To identify the correct option, the simple thing now I am going to explain. Which one is the initiating molecule of the reaction, that you need to concentrate. Here pyruvate is initiating molecule and NADH is converted into NAD plus. So this is converted into C2H5OH with the liberation of carbon dioxide. Obviously this reaction represents the alcoholic fermentation. because starting molecule is pyruvate and it is converted into ethyl alcohol along with the liberation of carbon dioxide, and this one is representing fermentation. Then what about the second one? Very simple to identify. C6H12O6, it is having NAD plus, ADP and inorganic phosphate, but ADP is converted into ATP and NAD plus is reduced to NADH. C6H12O6 is converted into C3H4O3, that is a triose phosphate. This one is representing glycolysis. Very simple, because the starting molecule of reaction is glucose. So second step is representing glycolysis, and this is a triose phosphate molecule. The pyruvic acid is the starting molecule. 4 NAD plus are converted into NADH. FAD is converted into FADH2. ADP is converted into ATP with the production of 3 molecules of carbon dioxide. FADH2, during the respiration, it is produced or synthesized only during the Krebs cycle, which is part of aerobic respiration. Then which one is the correct option? First reaction represents fermentation, second one glycolysis, and third one is Krebs cycle, and the right option for this one is option D. Then moving to the, yes, all these are the very important questions from previous competitive exams. So moving to the first question. Conversion of glucose to glucose 6-phosphate, the first irreversible reaction of glycolysis is catalyzed by. During the glycolysis, many enzymes are involved. Glycolysis is also known as EMP pathway. End product of the glycolysis is 3-carbon compound pyruvic acid or pyruvate. When glucose combines with the ATP molecule, it is converted into ADP. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme called hexokinase. So what are the highlighting points for the question? So here I will write glycolysis, common step for aerobic and anaerobic respiration. It is common step for aerobic and anaerobic respiration. During glycolysis, the 6-carbon molecule glucose, 1 molecule of 6-carbon compound glucose is stepwise broken down and it is converted into 2 molecules of pyruvate or pyruvic acid, and this is 3-carbon compound. In the first step of the reaction, what happens? Glucose combines with ATP and result in the formation of glucose 6-phosphate. Reaction is catalyzed by hexokinase. So the answer for this question is hexokinase. Respiratory quotient value of tripalmitin is, let me mark the answer, then I will go for explanation. Tripalmitin is a fatty acid molecule, and in fatty acid and protein the respiratory value is, RQ value is less than 1. For this question, for question number 2, RQ is defined as volume of CO2 liberated, ratio of volume of CO2 liberated to the volume of O2 consumed. This is the representation of The RQ definition. It is the ratio of volume of CO2 liberated to the volume of O2 consumed. Tripalmitin. Tripalmitin is a fatty acid. It is a name of fatty acid, or it is a kind of fatty acid, and its formula is C51 H98 and O6. This combines with 145 molecules of oxygen to produce 102 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 98 molecules of water. Along with that, there is liberation of energy. What is the definition of RQ? Volume of CO2 liberated by volume of O2. Number of CO2 molecules liberated are 102 CO2 molecule, and total number of oxygen consumed are 145, and this value becomes 0.7. It is less than 1. For protein and fat, RQ value is less than 1, and tripalmitin is specifically a fatty acid molecule. What is the role of NAD plus in cellular respiration? So what is the final role of NAD plus in the cellular respiration? It is final acceptor for the electron during anaerobic respiration. The final, extremely sorry, what is the role of NAD plus in cellular respiration? It is functioning as an electron carrier. NAD, FAD, both of them are the electron carriers, and finally they participate in the oxidative phosphorylation, and large number of ATP molecules are synthesized. The function of the NAD plus is to transport or to carry the electron. Then moving to the next question. Which of these statements is incorrect? Enzymes of TCA cycle are present in the mitochondrial matrix. What is that TCA cycle? TCA cycle is nothing but Krebs cycle. TCA, tricarboxylic acid cycle, also called Krebs cycle, and all the enzymes for the Krebs cycle are located in the mitochondrial matrix. So the given statement is correct. Glycolysis occurs in the cytosol. Cytosol is nothing but cytoplasm. For glycolysis, oxygen is not utilized, so the site of glycolysis is cytoplasm. Oxidative phosphorylation takes place in the outer mitochondrial membrane. Oxidative phosphorylation, what is this? Oxidative phosphorylation is characterized by addition of inorganic phosphate to the ADP, and finally it is converted into ATP, but this is not taking place in the outer membrane of mitochondria. This is associated with inner membrane of mitochondria, where the cristae are present, and cristae are having FOF1 particles. Therefore it is part of inner membrane of the mitochondria. Glycolysis operates as long as it is supplied with NAD that can pick up the hydrogen atoms. This is also correct. Then in the question it is asked to identify the incorrect statement. So which one is incorrect for this question? The incorrect statement and the right answer for the question is option C. Oxidative phosphorylation takes place in the inner membrane of the mitochondria, not in the outer membrane of mitochondria. This statement is wrong and this is our correct answer. Then moving to the next question. Which statement is wrong for Krebs cycle? Again, 4 statements are given. All of them are representing one or another step of the Krebs cycle. So let us have a look on the statements and let us identify which one is wrong for Krebs cycle. There is one point in the Krebs cycle where FAD plus is reduced to FADH2. During Krebs cycle, what is that Krebs cycle? It is part of aerobic respiration, and Krebs cycle is taking place in the mitochondrial matrix, and it results in the synthesis of number of NADH, FADH and GDP molecules. So let us have a look where this FADH2 is produced and whether it is one molecule or two molecule. So for these options, one by one I will mention here. Option A is, there is one point in the cycle where FAD plus is reduced to FADH2. This is the correct point, and where it occurs when succinic acid is converted to fumaric acid. During the Krebs cycle, when succinic acid is converted into fumaric acid, at this point FAD plus is reduced to FADH2, and this is correct statement. Then what about B? During the conversion of succinyl CoA into succinic acid, a molecule of GDP is synthesized. It is also right statement, and one molecule, if one pyruvate is participating in the Krebs cycle, one molecule of GDP. For two molecules of pyruvate, two molecules of GDP. This is also correct when the succinyl CoA, succinyl coenzyme A is converted into succinic acid. This step is taking place before this one, and here there will be synthesis of GDP to GDP. GDP is converted into GDP and it is equal to ATP. The cycle starts with the condensation of acetyl coenzyme A with pyruvic acid to yield the citric acid. This one is a wrong statement about Krebs cycle, because to start the Krebs cycle, the acetyl coenzyme A is combining with oxaloacetic acid, and this oxaloacetic acid is 4 carbon compound. Acetyl coenzyme A is 2 carbon compound. It gives rise to the formation of 6 carbon compound called citric acid. So citric acid is a 6 carbon compound. Acetyl coenzyme A is combining with oxaloacetic acid, not with the pyruvic acid. So this statement is wrong. There are 3 points in the cycle where NAD plus is reduced to NADH. At 3 point the NAD plus is reduced to NADH. This is also right statement. And what are the reactions? Actually some steps are not clearly mentioned. The cycle representation is very much reduced in NCERT. Only for better understanding of this question, here I am mentioning one NAD molecule NADH is produced when isocitric acid is converted into oxalosuccinic acid. oxalosuccinic acid. Here will be synthesis of one molecule of NADH. Then second one, alpha ketoglutaric acid. Second molecule, alpha ketoglutaric acid is converted into succinyl CoA. Here also one molecule of NADH is synthesized. Then one more molecule finally, when malic acid is converted into oxaloacetic acid. When malic acid is converted into oxaloacetic acid, here also the synthesis of NADH occurs. So 3 molecules of, at 3 point NADH molecules are synthesized. So the right option, which statement is wrong about the Krebs cycle? Acetyl CoA is combining with the oxaloacetic acid, not with the pyruvic acid. So this statement given for Krebs cycle is wrong and it is our right answer. Then moving to the next question. In which of the following processes the carbon dioxide is not released? In which of the following processes CO2 is not released? So options are aerobic respiration in plants, aerobic respiration in animals, alcoholic fermentation and lactate fermentation. The direct answer, in aerobic respiration of plants as well as in the animals, obviously the carbon dioxide is liberated. Alcoholic fermentation is also characterized by the liberation of carbon dioxide, but lactic acid fermentation or lactate fermentation, there is no liberation of carbon dioxide. Then moving to the next question. Which of the following metabolites is common to respiration mediated breakdown of fat, carbohydrate and protein? The question is very interesting. Which of the following metabolite is common to respiration mediated breakdown of fat, carbohydrate and protein? The question is indicating about the amphibolic pathway. Respiration is amphibolic pathway. Both catabolic and anabolic reactions, breakdown and constructive reactions are observed during the respiration. So in this particular part, among the given options, which one is the common product produced during the respiration of fat, carbohydrate and protein? It is asked. So ಇದನ್ನು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್ ಮೆಟಬಲೈಸ್ ಆದಾಗೂ ಆ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೆಟಬಲೈಸ್ ಆದಾಗೂ ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಆದಾಗೂ ಆ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಮೆಟಬಲೈಸ್ ಆದಾಗೂ ಆ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈ ಮೂರೂ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಗಳು ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಆದಾಗ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕಾಮನ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯೊಳಗೆ ಇರೋ ಅಂಥ ಮೀನಿಂಗು. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್? fructose 1,6-biphosphate, pyruvic acid, acetyl CoA, glucose 6-phosphate. I will mark the answer and go for the explanation. The answer is acetyl coenzyme A. This is the common metabolite produced whether the fat molecules are broken down, carbohydrates are broken down or proteins are broken down. Then how this answer is correct? For this, let us have the look on representation. During respiration, fat, protein as well as carbohydrates are selected as respiratory substrates. Is it not? During the respiration, the respiratory substrate, all the three options are there. Fat is respiratory substrate, carbohydrates are respiratory substrate, at the same time the proteins are also the respiratory substrate. When fat is broken down, it produces fatty acid and glycerol. The glycerol and fatty acid are the product of the fat metabolism. The very chief carbohydrate digested is glucose. When glucose is broken down, here it produces glucose 6-phosphate, glucose 6-phosphate to fructose 6-phosphate, fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6-biphosphate. Fructose 1,6-biphosphate is divided into 3 molecules of 2 carbon compound. One is 3-PGAL and another is DHAP. 3-PGAL, phosphoglyceraldehyde, and it is finally converted into pyruvic acid. That pyruvic acid undergoes oxidative decarboxylation and it is producing acetyl coenzyme A so that it can undergo the Krebs cycle. This is for the metabolism of glucose. That means when carbohydrates are broken down, ultimate product of the glucose breakdown is pyruvic acid. From the pyruvic acid, acetyl coenzyme A is generated through the oxidative decarboxylation, and this acetyl coenzyme A enters into Krebs cycle. When proteins are broken down, the products are amino acids, and amino acids directly gives rise to the formation of acetyl coenzyme A. Pyruvic acid is produced from the breakdown of glucose, and glucose is a carbohydrate. So pyruvic acid ಇಂದ ಏನು ಬಂತು? acetyl coenzyme A. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ? Because it has to enter into the Krebs cycle for the generation of NADH, FADH, and they enter into electron transport chain for the synthesis of number of ATP molecules. ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಆದಾಗೂ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ? ಅಮೈನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ಸಿಂದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಸಿಟೈಲ್ ಕೋಎನ್ಝೈಮ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆಸಿಡ್? The fatty acid molecules also directly synthesize the acetyl coenzyme A. Glycerol is converted into DHAP, dihydroacetone phosphate, and this DHAP is again converted into PGAL. ಮತ್ತೆ PGAL ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಪೈರುವಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, and once again it is converted into acetyl coenzyme A. Therefore, whether the molecule is carbohydrate or the protein or the fat, finally all of them are, when metabolized during the respiration, it gives rise to the formation of the acetyl coenzyme A, which enters into Krebs cycle during aerobic respiration. Then moving to the next question. This one is very interesting question from 2013 NEET question paper. The 3 boxes in this diagram represent 3 major biosynthetic pathways in aerobic respiration. Arrows represent net reactions or products. Arrows numbered 4, 8 and 12 can be ಏನು ರೀಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವೆ? ಭಾಳ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ಲು, ಬಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅದ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ 3 ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದೊಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಅಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಆ್ಯರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತ ಹೋಗ್ಯಾರ. ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ನು? 4ನೇ ಆ್ಯರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕು, 8ನೇ ಆ್ಯರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕು, 12ನೇ ಆ್ಯರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕು, ಈ 4ರೊಳಗೆ ಯಾವ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲನ್ನು ರೀಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? ಬಟ್ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕ್ವಶನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸು 4, 8, 12 ಇದು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸ್ ಆಗೋ ನಂಬರನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತದಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದನ್ನು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಆನ್ಸರನ್ನು ಹುಡುಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತದ? ವಾಟ್ ದಿಸ್ 4 ನಂಬರ್, 4th ಆ್ಯರೋ, 8th ಆ್ಯರೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 12th ಆ್ಯರೋ ಆರ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟಿಂಗ್. ವೆದರ್ ದೇ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ದ ATP, FADH, H2O or NADH. ಈ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು 4, 8, 12ನೇ ಆ್ಯರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತದಂತ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಆ್ಯರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕನ್ನು ಫಿಲಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕ್, ಒಂದನೇ ಆ್ಯರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಏನಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಂದನೇದು ಪಾತ್ವೇ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸೊ ಈ ಆ್ಯರೋನ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾತ್ವೇ ಗ್ಲುಕೋಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಂಟರಿಂಗ್ 100%. This is glycolysis because only glycolysis can initiate the aerobic respiration. Let me select some another color. Yes, so glucose is entering, so A pathway represents glycolysis. So glycolysis ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಒಂದೇ arrow, it may be ADP or it may be NAD plus, because glycolysis ಒಳಗೆ last 5 reactions ನಾಗ ADP is converted into ATP and NAD plus is converted into NADH. And so when 4, ಈ fourth arrow 2 ಏನು ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, the 2 becomes pyruvate. End product of the glycolysis is nothing but pyruvate, and pyruvate is entering into pathway B. Andre B pathway pyruvate enter aglikkattada means this becomes Krebs cycle. Then what is this fifth arrow? Again fifth arrow is ADP or it may be NADH plus or NAD plus or FAD plus, because ADP ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ATP, NAD plus ಇದ್ದದ್ದು NADH, FAD ಇದ್ದದ್ದು FADH2 ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ, ಕ್ರೆಬ್ಸ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತದ್ದು ಏನದ, ದಿಸ್ ರೀಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ATP ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ನೀವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, ಮತ್ತದು NADH ಆಗಬಹುದಲ್ಲ, ATPನೇ ಯಾಕೆ, ಮುಂದೆ ಕ್ರೆಬ್ಸ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ನಾಗೂ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಸಿ ಏನು ರೀಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತದ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ NADH ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ATP ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಆ್ಯರೋ ಈಸ್ ರೀಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ATP. ದೆನ್ ಪಾಥ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯರೋ ಏನು ರೀಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತದ, whatever the NADH molecules are produced during the glycolysis, ಅವು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. The third point represents NADH. This enters finally into electron transport system because they are the electron carriers. ಸೊ ಪಾಥ್ವೇ ಬಿ ಇಂದನೂ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಮುಂದೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಬಾರ್ದು, ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಮುಂದೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಯಾವವ, NADH ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ FADH. ಸೊ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಇಂಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಚೈನ್, ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಫರ್ದರ್ ದೇ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಏರೋಬಿಕ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಏಡ್ತ್ ಆ್ಯರೋ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೀಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ATP. ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 9th, 10th, 6 and 7? 9 and 10 they represent both. Here I will take 9 and 10. Last step electron transport naಗ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತಾವ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆರ್ ADP ಅಥವಾ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಎರಡೂ. ಅಂದರೆ 9th and 10th ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಯಾವುದು ADP ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅಥವಾ ADP ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ದೆನ್ 6 and 7 ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ರೀಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್, 6 and 7 are, here I will go, 6 and 7 are FADH2 and NADH. ಯಾಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತಾವ, ಬಿ ಪಾಥ್ವೇಯಿಂದ 6 and 7 ಆರ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್. ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಂದು ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಎಂಟರಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಥ್ವೇ, that is electron transport system. So 6 and 7 becomes NADH and FADH2. Then what about the 11th and 12th? Both of them, 11th becomes water molecule is finally produced. because ultimate electron acceptor is oxygen at the end of electron transport chain, and 12th again represents ATP. So in the given schematic representation, 4th arrow, 8th arrow and 12th arrow are representing the releasing molecule during different steps of aerobic respiration, and it is ATP molecule. ಅದು ಯಾಕೆ NADH ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅದು ಲಿಬರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. NADH is again participating in next step of the aerobic respiration, so that the correct answer for the given arrow numbers 4, 8 and 12 is ATP. Then moving to the next, glycolysis is direct answer anaerobic, because there is no involvement of any oxygen molecule. So the process is anaerobic. It is common for both aerobic and anaerobic, but during glycolysis ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ oxygen molecule use ಆಗಲ್ಲ. In alcoholic fermentation, NAD plus is reduced during the, where exactly NAD molecule is reduced. So during alcoholic fermentation, one molecule of carbon dioxide is released from the pyruvate. Pyruvate is converted into 2-carbon compound called acetaldehyde, and that acetaldehyde combines with the NADH and it is reduced to ethanol. So the right answer for this one is option A. Then moving to next one, refer the given equation and answer the question. Just now idu respiratory quotient ಒಳಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದದ. The chemical formula given C5051H98O6 with the consumption of 145 molecule of oxygen, 102 molecules of carbon dioxide, 98 molecules of water and energy. This is a representation of RQ of the fat. The tripalmitin is given in the equation, and its RQ is reaction given in the above equation. It shows the RQ of fat and it is 0.7 because it is less than 1. Then moving to the next one, which of the following statements 1 to 4 regarding glycolysis are correct? It is 10 enzymatic reactions that convert a 6-carbon molecule into 3-carbon compound pyruvate and resulting in a net gain of 2 ATP molecules. This statement is correct about glycolysis. Just to go through the reaction or schematic representation of the glycolysis, there you will get 10 steps and each step is catalyzed by enzyme. Glucose undergoes partial oxidation to form one molecule of pyruvate. Whether this statement is right or wrong. The first statement is right about the glycolysis. Every sentence is, term is correct. But second statement is wrong, because when one molecule of glucose is broken down during glycolysis, there occurs the formation of 2 molecules of pyruvate, and this is 3-carbon compound. But here the given word is 1 molecule of pyruvate. This statement is wrong about the glycolysis. Glucose is phosphorylated to gives rise to glucose 6-phosphate by the enzyme, activity of the enzyme phosphofructokinase. This is wrong. Here the enzyme catalyzing the reaction is hexokinase. So this statement is wrong about glycolysis. The scheme of glycolysis was given by Embedon, Meyerhof and Parnas. It is often called EMP pathway. This is also right. ATP is utilized in first step of the conversion of glucose into glucose 6-phosphate and second conversion of fructose 6-phosphate into fructose 1,6-diphosphate. This is also right. So what is asked? Which are the correct statements? The right statements about the glycolysis are option A. 1, 4th and 5th are right. Second and third are wrong.